Hello, greetings to the whole TBC community. This is Michael again, one of the many voices in TBC community from Ghana. Today I just want to talk a brief about the mass adoption schedule. Talk about the importance, the benefit, why you should not miss your sport, and the future goal set by admin for the mass adoption team. So please, before I continue that, if you did not subscribe to my channel, subscribe now for more updates. Thank you. We have the B team. You have the B team, and the B team, you can also call them as the billionaire team. That's the first 7 level of the TBC matured community structure, which is 10 by 10 by 10, and at the bottom of the structure you will see the people who fall under the job zone, which means that the people that are going to work for us tomorrow, and we are going to pay them with full TBC. We have 2 schedules with A team, which you receive 30 to 1 TBC coin, and it depends on the day you complete the admin fee payment. You see, the second schedule for the B team starts from 1 TBC down to 0.7 TBC, and it also depends on the day you complete admin fee payment. In the mass adoption team, we are currently over 71,000 people in the mass adoption team, and I believe we need to work faster so we can fill the remaining spot, so that we can start the schedule for the B team. But remember that starting the schedule for the B team also depends on the time or the day that the A team is filled. And let me chip this in. Many people are thinking that if I make my admin fee payment on the 1st of January and I received the 30 TBC, and I couldn't make the payment on the 1st of February, which means I'm out. No, you are not out of the team. You can do your payment now. You are still in the team because you have been given from 1st of February to 29th of February. So you still get a chance to make your payment. But remember that within the month, when you make your payment early, you receive abundance of TBC. But the more it delays, the more the TBC also is depreciating. So people who join the mass adoption team in January are to be paying. The people that join the mass adoption team in January, their job is to be paying the admin fee every month to maintain their spot. They must make payment in February. So if you make the admin fee payment in January, in February you have to make your payment to maintain that position. Because if you do not pay that money, what happened? So if the person comes in January and did not make payment in February, and March 1st that person open up a spot, I want us to listen to this explanation. So I said, if you make your payment on 1st of January and you do not make your payment in February, You yourself open up a spot. In first match, you open up a spot. So whatever that number is, this is just simple. This is just simple, because if you didn't pay on the 1st of January, if you didn't pay in February and on the 1st of March, you open up a spot. So you open up a spot, which means that you have taken yourself out of the 18. You have taken yourself out of the 18, because for you to maintain the 18, that is when you have to be paying your admin fee every month. So if you didn't pay in February, which means in March 1st, you open up a spot, which means you have taken out yourself and your position is there for somebody else. So the calculation of this, so whatever that number is, this is just simple. We just subtract the total number of people that pays the admin fee in January minus the people that did not pay in February. That's all. So that leads to how many people that do not pay or that are still left in the team. So after the subtraction is being done, then we will know how many people that are still in the team. So we got to know that how, based on the January to 1st March payment. That's how it is. So those that did not make payment in February, open up spot as the people on B team to begins. So let's understand this. So if you open up the spot as the people in the B team begins to make payment of the admin fee in March, they will start to fill or consume those spots that are opened up as a result of people who did not pay the admin fee in February but did in January. This is very simple for us to understand. I want us to pay attention and then understand the importance of the mass adoption and how the mass adoption is working. The same thing will happen in April 1st. The same thing will happen in April 1st. All the people that started in February that fail to make payment in March will still be down in the B team, and that will allow those that did not have the chance to see themselves or to have the position in the A team to get the chance to into A team. So if you miss one spot, you are out forever. If you miss one spot in the mass adoption team, which is the A team, if you did not make payment 1 month, if you miss it, based on the system of admin and the structure of what admin shows, this shows that if you did not pay your wallet fee, if you miss out once, you are out. So once you are in the A team, maintain the A team and continue paying your admin fee to be in the A team forever. If you did not, then you are out forever. Then you are out forever. You cannot be in the A team and come back to B team and be expecting to come back to the A team again. Based on the structure of admin, you are out of it forever. And remember, the A team get 30 TBC every month for a whole year. So this add up, that when you get to the end of the road and operating TBC economy, those people on the mass adoption team, the team are going to have much TBC coin than other. So this is very simple for us to understand, because if you miss out, those people that are in the mass adoption team A, or the people in the mass adoption, are going to have more TBC than everybody else in the community. Everybody else is going to have more TBC than everybody else. They will be called the sharks. They will be saying, they will be the one that will be saying the works. Do this and do that. Do this and do that. I want us to understand this. It will be like a golden rule, because if you have the goal, you have the rule. So it will be like a golden rule. So if you like, so let's say if like we get proportional, that, so let's say proportionally that 111,000 will be sitting on in the form of TBC coin. They'll be the one to sit. They'll be the one to be sitting on the whole TBC coin. They'll be the one to be sitting on the TBCs in the world, because they got the power. They have taken the risk. They have made their chance to accumulate more TBC. So TBC coin compared, they will have more TBC coin compared to the majority that will not even have more than 1 TBC. In fact, the majority won't have more than 100 TBC. They will have, let's say, from 1 up to 100. That's what the majority will have. So the reason of the mass adoption team, you maintaining your spot, is very important, because if you are sitting on 100, 10,000 and more, you are in a position to be called the sharks. You're the one. They are the people to be called the shark scholars in the economy phase to come. So when someone comes with project, let's say a plan, someone come up with a plan of let's say a plan of, when someone come up with a plan of any constructing or building any dam, any giant dam in any of the country, or so that they'll be able to supply or to create an electricity power, and in the future that will be a lot of money. There will be a lot of dollars in the future. So when TBC is worldwide accepted, that whole dam can be built on TBC. But one person has to come up with that money. One person has to come up with that because of the mass adoption team. So one person has to come up with that money. It might not be let's say if somebody come up with that project, the person might not necessarily be in among the 111,000 people in the mass adoption team, but the person have that project. So one person out of the 111,000 mass adoption team can fund that project, or one of the 111,000 that found that project, but someone bring the project into the 111,000 people. So I want us to understand something, that when such project comes, someone bring a project into the 111,000 mass adoption team. Remember that in the mass adoption team, they are the one going to make the decision, take the big contract, do the big deals, and a lot. They are the one going to make the big deal and a lot. So those are the benefit. Those are the benefit of being in the mass adoption team. They are very, very, very vital. But for now, some of us are not seeing it. So the same thing like building a massive hospital, like big projects, like people among us. So a big project like that, the people among the mass adoption team are the one going to involve in those projects, because building of a massive hospital, like a big project, is going to involve money, and the people in the mass adoption team are the only one to involve in that. In such big project, they're the one going to involve in such big project. So the same thing like the billionaires, any billionaire we know in the world, they run airline, large corporation. They involve in all such of big deals, such as let's say large construction work, and a lot, and all sorts of special projects, and a big deal. So have in abundance of TBC is a great great chance. It's a very, very, very great chance, because if you have abundance as such, or as great as a great TBC gives you the power. If you have more TBC, if you have abundance in your wallet, TBC gives you the power to really do that amazing project. So let's analyze all these things, because the mass adoption team is not for joke. The mass adoption team is not for joke. So for me, the only obligation we get right now is $25. That's the only impeding. One from holding onto that spot. So the only requirement in order to be well positioned, for the future, to be well cushioned for the future to come, and that future is not far at all. Admin is not only looking at completing the mass adoption team by the end of this year. Admin is looking at completing, or admin is looking at the 1 billion members at the end of the year. That is the main reason of the mass adoption team. Admin is looking at getting the 1 billion, or we filling the 1 billion position by the end of the year. It's not only looking at getting or filling the mass adoption. No. So as soon as we get the full corporation, we'll move faster. So as soon as we get the full mass adoption team, we'll move faster. So the only thing we need to do right now is to get involved. We need to understand the mass adoption team, because we are the people. I am part, so I have to say we are the people that are going to run the big project tomorrow. Because the mass adoption team is not a joke at all. It's not a joke. Some of us, if we don't have the foresight, if we don't have the vision, we will see the mass adoption team to be something that is not bringing anything important. But I tell you, it is more than the word important. It is more than the word gracious. We need to support this. We need to all make it happen. So if you did not pay your wallet fee, if you pay your wallet fee on the 1st of January and you did not pay your wallet fee on February, till now, it's not too late for you. You have up to 29 February to do that, or else you are out of the spot and you will never come again, which means you are giving the people in the B team to come back and fill and take your position. And remember, TBC is not, or the position in TBC in mass adoption is not about who comes first. It is about who is doing something, not who comes first. Let's rise up and build our economy fast. And as I said it earlier, ADMI is not only looking at completing the mass adoption team this year. The vision is to fulfill or to get the 1 billion people by the end of this year. So we move into the next level of TBC. So I'll give a brief today. I'll continue later. So please, if you did not subscribe to my channel, please subscribe for more updates. Thank you all. Let's hold on to the fire. Don't let nothing brings you down in TBC community, because every success, there is a sacrifice in every success. There is a prize in every success. And the only thing one do not have to say or to do is quitting. We've come far. TBC, we are 4 years now. So don't miss this opportunity. Hold it tightly and do your admin and pay your admin fee now. Let me tell you, most of the people that are talking negative behind the scene, or to you, telling you negative things against you not paying, go to the leadership matrix and check. They are paying it. They are securing their spot. They are paying the admin fee. Don't let anybody determine your destiny for you. Don't let anybody teach you on how to create your future. Our own future lies in our hand. So whatsoever you do now, one secret thing about future, there is no future. The future is now. There is no future. The future is now. Whatsoever you create now, that will determine your future. Thank you all very much. I'm very humble to give this my little knowledge about the mass adoption schedule. Thank you all. God bless you all. Bye-bye.